man is supposed to protect his wife, but in today's society there is an increasing number of incidents where a husband becomes the aggressor. This creates an atmosphere of fear and even physical and emotional danger for the wife. In this video, Ruth tells her story. Voiceover is used and Ruth is a pseudonym for her continued protection.
What advice would you give a person who might not realize that they are being abused?
Well, this is an interesting subject. No, it's a good question. I mean, are they a believer or not?
Any person who's being abused. I don't believe that whether a person goes to church or not should be a differential point. I think any person who's being abused is being abused.
Yes, but it's more complicated when you go to church for a believer, because then you've got the scriptures laying on top of everything else. But if I didn't have all those scriptures going through my head, I would have realised I was abused a lot earlier, which is why I asked the question. You see, part of the abuse is they undermine your sense of what motivations are. What's real, what's your fault, what's their fault. They just play games with the whole thing. So you actually lose faith in your own instinctive judgment and instinct. This is the real problem.
Common sense.
Yes, you lose sight of things because this is part of the abuse you see. So it's not really such a simple question. It sounds simple, but it really isn't. One of the things that helped me was when I started writing down what my husband said, what happened that day. Yeah, so I started writing down things because then it was a reality check for me. No, he actually did say that. Yes, he did. Either that or I'm a completely insane person. He's telling me he didn't say that. He's telling me it's my fault. But actually writing it all down, that really helped me get a grip. It was really difficult because he undermined my understanding of everything, you see. So even my link to God was undermined. So I didn't know when I was hearing from God and when I wasn't. It was really difficult. Really difficult, but journaling really helped, and also having very trusted friends to talk to who would keep their mouths shut, because there was a period in time when it was really dangerous, where if that person then tries to put their 10 cents worth into your spouse will be more on the warpath than before, and forewarned, you need a very, very, very trustworthy friend or two. And I would say definitely go and speak to people that are experiencing abuse, that will tell you if you're being abused, or at least give you guidelines. What is abuse? I would also say, look up stuff online, but do it from a library. Don't do it from a home computer, because I used to get checked up on everything I looked at. Phone logs and everything.
Kind of like being a prisoner, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was like being a prisoner towards the end. It was horrible. But it's so incremental, you don't really realise it's happening, you see. And you're complicit in a way by wanting the idea of the marriage to work. Overriding your sense of being harmed, you can be a victim of your own malignant optimism.
Hearing Ruth's story makes me angry that a husband would inspire fear in the one that God provided for him. If you suspect abuse, go to restoredrelationships.org for more information on how you can seek help. Next week, Meg tells us how Eric has protected her during their long married life from the Scottish Islands. Ochai, God bless, and see you next week.